I want to go through here, but I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a lot of gnats. Can you guys see that? Do you see that? You know, one sad thing is I actually forgot to bring my camera today, like my camera, not my phone camera. I'm gonna sit here. Alrighty. Sorry, this bunch of, there it is. So, let's see. I actually want to draw those two just standing in the river. It's kind of cute. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's very nice, you know? Put myself over there. I see like a bridge, nice bridge. I don't know if I'm gonna include this, but I think it's gonna be interesting composition-wise. So maybe I can figure that out. I wanna go ahead and quickly capture that first and get the vibe of the scene. Maybe some of the buildings, they're although really small. I think it's nice if I could just kind of emphasize it. So actually I'm gonna draw it pretty big just to show you that it's in the cities. And I'm not just gonna not fully outline things. I'm just gonna hint that there's this bunch of tall buildings here and there. And like I see there's like a nice, I don't know if you can see it, but like a electricity tower. I'm also gonna just imply one. You guys see that? Yep. Just like that. There it is. So I think you can already sort of see the scene now. Let's see if I can make it a little bit more dynamic. Let me go ahead and add some foreground elements. These guys, they're all over the place. Maybe I can imply it in my drawing. That would be really cool. So I'll make one big one over here. So in this drawing, I think is a very great example of foreground, midground, background elements working together. They usually create a very dynamic scene where in the midground you could definitely have the subject. You can have the subject anywhere, honestly. It could be the background, it could be the midground. Depending on where you put the subject, the scene, the implication of the scene changes a bit. And in this case, I think I want to put it in the middle ground because they're integrated into the environment. So I don't always know what to draw exactly. I just feel it out and then let my instincts do the rest. It's like, oh, that feels right. That doesn't feel right. Okay, so right now, I've accidentally made this nice leading line towards the center over here. And I thought that could probably help make the composition work well with the subject. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make this rocks in the midground just a little bit more detailed because this is the part I want people to focus on. How big should the people be is the real question. They're rather small. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw the head first. I think I need to work on the silhouette a little. Coloring in the pans dark. And I need to draw a stable ground for them just to show the contrast between water and ground. So when it comes to details in art, I feel like the more sharp edges I add, the more resolution the drawing has. So more sharp edges, the more resolution. I'm going to create a bunch of lines like this. And as it comes closer, I'll make it a little bit lighter. Once I start coloring into this drawing, it's going to make the water a lot more water-like. So I want to go ahead and add some more rocky path here and there just to show you that just to show you the movement that they want to go in. So maybe like we can tell that they want to go to that side of the drawing, which I hope the drawing already gives you that sense of movement. So what I'm going to do is actually utilize my set well. And it's not going to look exactly like what we see, although it's like a nice bright sunny day. I'm going to start using different colors like pink and purple to show shadow. I'm going to start light with pink because I don't want to make the drawings too dark too quickly. So with pink, I'm just gonna try and add things here and there, see how it feels like. Okay, the pink, okay, come on man, the wind, work with me. I'm going to use the pink on the bridge, although in reality it's like red. I'll just find a way to make it darker. And I'm going to add the pink here and there. Maybe some pink on the bush, just because why not? And in the rocks, maybe I'll just add some pink, because why not? Now, once that there's like a hint of pink in this drawing, I can start to see all sorts of different colors. All right. Okay, I'm going to actually use some gray for the actual rocks, just to show you that it's a stone like type of structure, which is important in this scene because oh, I shouldn't have done that. That's not a good idea, you know. It destroys the flow of the drawing. I'm going to go ahead and use the stone colors to show that it's got some stone structures. Basically, I'm saying redundant things. Okay, that's definitely darker. So I think I'm just going to use that to outline some of the shadows, especially something in the midground, which is the most detailed part of the drawing. Just nice contrast to it. His pants, maybe make it darker. Now I'm going to add small details like these rocks, just to make it feel like it's rocky. So, you know, overall composition-wise, you know, you can tell you're supposed to look at there. Okay, let's see what else. Let's use purple to kind of blend in a little bit of that. Oh, and make sure to draw the plants over here. Since it's like a beginning of spring, I feel like there should be a hint of like purples dots here and there. Although it's more like yellow there. I think it's nice if I can just put some dots there. Just give it a little bit more resolution into the drawing. A feel of detail. Alright, I have to go in 5 minutes, so I have to wrap this up soon. I think I'm just gonna make the foreground just a bit more darker, just to properly give that sense of water into it. Notice that I've tried to avoid coloring too much dark in the background over here, just to show you guys that it's the main focal point. It just opens up for them. Which I don't want to make it so obvious, so I'm going to go ahead and just color in a little bit more, just give it more bright. Okay, now the building's in the background. See if I can find a marker that suits well with that. So I'm going to do this. So the reason why is because there's more air at the bottom. So there's like more air density at the bottom. So the top actually has less air density. So I'm going to make the top darker than the bottom. So it also doesn't feel like it's too strong of an existence. It feels like it's floating there, which is very important in this scene because they're not supposed to be too overbearing. They're not supposed to overbear this drawing. Overbear? They're not supposed to... I don't know what I'm saying. All right, there it is. All right, looking good actually. I wonder what's missing. I wonder the pizzazz. What is the pizzazz in this drawing? What color is missing? What do you guys think? So this is the secret ingredient of today's drawing. It's probably the nice yellow, warm orange tones. Because, you know, that's where the lights are hitting. Just a hint of lines here and there. Even on the trees. And even on the water, just spilling it over here and there. Boom, you know. There you go. That's the pizzazz. Did you guys see the difference? I hope you guys did, because I certainly do. I feel like the drawing feels a little bit more alive now. These coloring lights over. I'm going to accentuate some of the shadows falling onto the water by doing that. And maybe just a hint of yellow, warmer colors on these guys. So you know what? That's it for today. There it is. I hope you guys liked it. I mean, that's the drawing of the scene over here. And there it is. That's my drawing outside of the places I'm in a rush. Oh my God, look. You guys see that? It's like a nice balloon going on here. That would have been so fun to draw, actually. But I gotta go now, so I gotta get going. I'll see you guys around. Bye-bye.